All right, so sticking with the equation of the circle here, but just doing the questions the other way around. So in these ones here, I was given the equation of the circle and I figured out the center and the radius from it. With these ones, I'm going to be given the center and the radius, and I have to get the equation of the circle. All right, so for this first one here, and for all the ones today, I'm going to be given a center of 0, 0. We're not going to move on to circles with other centers until later on. So what's the equation of a circle with center 0, 0 and radius 5? Well, the center 0, 0, that's telling me it's just going to be x squared plus y squared equals something, and then it's equal to the radius squared. So the radius here is 5, so it's equal to 5 squared. So that's just x squared plus y squared equals 25, and you're done. All right, so the equation of a circle with center 0, 0 and radius 5 is x squared plus y squared equals 25. Question done. What's the equation of a circle with center 0, 0 and radius a half? Well, same thing. The center 0, 0 is telling me that it's just x squared plus y squared equals, and then it's always going to be the radius squared. So this would be a half squared. You can leave it as a fraction, you can write it as a decimal, whichever you prefer. X squared plus y squared equals a half squared is a quarter. If you're not too sure doing it in your head, just brackets 1 over 2, close your bracket, square it, a quarter. All right, so equals 1 over 4, or else you could just go 0.5 squared equals a quarter, or change 0.25. You could put that into the decimal unless the question tells you what form it wants it in. Okay, but you can do them with fractions as well, is the only point I'm trying to make there. And then just one here, what's the equation of a circle with center 0, 0 and radius 10? So again, the center 0, 0 is telling me that it's going to be x squared plus y squared equals, it's the radius squared. So the radius here is the square root of 10, and I'm going to square that. Okay, so the square root of 10 squared is just 10. The square root and the square cancel each other out. Again, if we're not too sure, or if we're in an exam, we just want to doubly check, just put it into the calculator. The square root of 10 to be squared is just 10. Okay, so x squared plus y squared equals 10 is your answer there. So if you're given the center 0, 0 and the radius, well then it's just center 0, 0 is telling me x squared plus y squared, and then just square the radius. So x squared plus y squared equals 25 for that one. All right. Slightly trickier one over here, one where we have to do a little bit more. So what is the equation of a circle with center 0, 0 that goes through the point 5, 12? Okay, so this is a circle with center 0, 0. So the center is 0, 0, and it goes through 5, 12. Doesn't really matter. Just kind of drawing you what the circle might look like. So the center is 0, 0, and it goes through the point 5, 12. Well, to get the equation of a circle, I need the center, so I have that. So it's going to be x squared plus y squared equals, and then I also need the radius. So I'm not given the radius in this question. All right, but if you look at this diagram here, I've got the center and I've got a point which is on the circle. So if I'm able to get this distance here, that is the radius of the circle. Okay, so I just need to be able to figure out how long that line is. All right, that's something we did in coordinate geometry of the line, figuring out how far it is from, say, the point 0, 0 to the point 5, 12. So on page 18, I think it is, of your log tables, you've got your distance formula. So distance is equal to, x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. All right, so there is a little bit of overlap between the line and the circle. That the line will come into the circle questions a little bit. So my 2 points are 0, 0, and 5, 12. So I'll call this x1, y1, and I'll call this x2, y2. All right, I'll plug these into the distance formula, and that will give me the distance or the length here. Then I'll have my radius, and then the question is like the ones on the left hand side. So the distance or the length is x2 minus x1, 5 minus 0 to be squared, plus 12 minus 0 to be squared. So y2 minus y1, 12 minus 0. So that's equal to 5 minus 0 is just 5. So 5 squared is 25. 12 minus 0 is 12. 12 squared is 144. You could plug this directly into your calculator. It'll give you the answer. Just be careful with the kind of syntax and brackets and stuff like that. Or you can do it kind of more step by step like I'm doing here. 25 plus 144 is 169. And then if you do square root of 169 on your calculator, it's 13. Okay, so from 0, 0, so from the center of the circle to a point on the circle is 13. So that's your radius. All right, so the equation of this circle, just returning to my actual question, x squared plus y squared equals my radius squared. So that will be 13 squared for this question. So x squared plus y squared equals 169. And that's your answer. Okay, I would say if you're writing this answer in an exam, no harm to write x squared plus y squared equals r squared. It's like that's your formula, so you'll get marks for putting that in and subbing into it correctly. But x squared plus y squared equals 169 is your final answer there. All right, so that's how you get the equation of a circle given center 0, 0 and the radius, or given some other point where you have to work out the radius.